Welcome to Versus Mode on English Channel.
We compare daily life to make English simple and fun.
Real life meets real learning.
Compare, learn, speak.
Let's dive in.
Finally, a table with a working outlet. My laptop was hanging on by a thread. 3% battery. I think I made it just in time to save my project.
You and your mobile fortress, Jack. I walked in here 5 minutes ago with my tablet, found a spot immediately, and I've already cleared my inbox. Efficiency is the name of the game today. I'm already 5 sips into this glorious latte.
Efficiency is fine, but I'm a quality over speed guy. I just got my Earl Grey settled. I actually had to ask the barista to make sure the water wasn't a rolling boil. If you scald the tea leaves, the whole flavor profile is gone. That brings me to my first major point. Tea is a drink of precision. It's consistent. It doesn't have that heavy, oily aftertaste that coffee leaves in your mouth all day.
See, I view that heavy aftertaste as a feature. I love the boldness of this drink. To me, the biggest pro of coffee is the psychological switch it flips. As soon as I hold this warm cup and smell that roasted bean aroma, my brain goes into execution mode. Tea feels like a rainy Sunday. Coffee feels like a Monday morning where you're ready to win.
But let's look at the cons for a second. Coffee is expensive, Chloe. You're paying $6, $7 for that latte. I can buy a whole box of premium Earl Grey for the price of one of your drinks. Plus, coffee is so temperamental. If the grind is too fine, it's bitter. If the milk isn't steamed to exactly 160 degrees, it's flat. It's a lot of work for a drink that's gone in 10 minutes.
That's because it's an art form. You're paying for the craftsmanship. But I'll admit, a con for tea, and don't get mad, is that it can be a bit boring. If it's not steeped perfectly, it's just hot, transparent water. Coffee is forgiving. You can add milk, sugar, or caramel to save a mediocre brew. Tea has nowhere to hide.
I'd argue that's a strength. It forces you to appreciate the plant. And what about hydration? Coffee is a diuretic. It dehydrates you. I can drink 4 cups of tea and feel perfectly hydrated and clear-headed. If you drink 4 lattes, you're going to be looking for a water fountain and a nap simultaneously.
Fair point. But the variety in coffee is ubiquitous. I can have a cold brew, an Americano, a flat white, or a nitro. Every shop has a different house blend. It keeps things exciting.
I'll give you exciting, but I'll take reliable. My Earl Grey is the same every time, which helps me focus on my code rather than my cup.
Word of the day, ubiquitous. It means present, appearing, or found everywhere. An example is, in modern cities, coffee shops have become ubiquitous, appearing on almost every street corner.
Key phrase, to get the ball rolling. That means to set an activity in motion or to make a start. An example is, Chloe says she needs her double-shot latte to get the ball rolling on her graphic design project.
Okay, Jack, let's get into the nitty-gritty. I was just reading a health article while waiting for a file to download. Coffee is actually a massive source of antioxidants, arguably the biggest source in the Western diet. It's been linked to brain health, liver health. It's practically a superfood.
I don't doubt the antioxidants, but let's talk about the side effects. I can see your hand shaking slightly while you use that stylus, Chloe. That's the coffee jitters. It's a major con. You're moving fast, but are you moving accurately? Your heart rate is probably at 100 beats per minute right now. Word of the day, jittery. It means feeling nervous, uneasy, or experiencing slight involuntary movements. An example of jittery is, after her third espresso, Chloe started to feel a bit jittery and found it hard to focus on fine details.
Okay, fine. Maybe I'm a little over-caffeinated. My heart is doing a bit of a drum solo. But that's just the engine revving up.
That's where tea wins the science battle. Tea contains L-theanine. It's an amino acid that works with the caffeine to create a flow state. It's a plateau of energy, not a spike. I don't get the shakes, and I don't get that 3 p.m. crash where I feel like I need to crawl under my desk and hide.
The crash is a real con, I'll admit. It's a double-edged sword. You get that incredible peak of productivity, but the fall can be hard. But what about the stomach? I know coffee is highly acidic. Sometimes, if I haven't had breakfast, this latte feels like a tiny volcano in my chest.
Exactly. Heartburn and acid reflux are huge coffee cons. Tea is much more alkaline, especially if you're drinking green or herbal varieties. It's soothing. When we're working under a deadline, the last thing we need is physical discomfort. Coffee is a taskmaster, while tea is a partner.
But it's a taskmaster I've grown to love. And I love the theater of it. The smell of the beans being ground, the hiss of the steam. It's a sensory experience that tea just doesn't match. Tea smells nice, but it doesn't fill a room.
I prefer the subtlety. I don't want my whole office to smell like a roasting plant. I like that my tea is a quiet companion to my laptop. It doesn't demand attention. It just supports it.
Key phrase, a double-edged sword. That means a situation that has both positive and negative results. An example is, the high caffeine content in coffee is a double-edged sword. It provides great energy but can lead to a difficult crash later.
Look at that rain. This is exactly why I'm a tea guy. There's something about a gray sky that makes coffee feel too aggressive. Tea feels like a warm blanket for your brain.
I hate to admit it, but you're right. The rain makes me want to slow down. My tablet feels a bit cold and clinical right now. I've been watching you work on that laptop, and you seem much more ritualistic. You take a sip, you think, you type, I'm just clicking and scrolling like a maniac. Word of the day, ritualistic. It means relating to or characteristic of a ritual, doing something in a set, repetitive way. An example is, Jack's way of checking the water temperature before brewing his tea is almost ritualistic.
It's the tea pause. In so many cultures, tea isn't just a drink. It's a moment of forced mindfulness. In the UK, a cuppa is the solution to every crisis. In Japan, the tea ceremony is literally a form of art. In the US, we treat coffee like gasoline. We just pour it in and keep driving.
That's a deep thought, Jack. We really have turned productivity into a religion, and coffee is the holy water. I think I'm starting to feel the burnout of that hustle culture. I want the energy, but I want your zen too. Is there any way to meet halfway?
Actually, there is. Have you ever tried a London fog?
Is that a weather report or a new spy movie?
Neither. It's a tea latte. They take Earl Grey, add steamed milk, just like your latte, and a hint of vanilla syrup. It's creamy, it's comforting, and it has the foam you love, but it's built on a foundation of tea.
Wait, that sounds incredible. It's like the best of both worlds. I get the hug of the milk, but the steady hand of the bergamot. Why didn't you tell me about this 2 hours ago?
I wanted to see if you'd crack first, but seriously, tomorrow, let's come back here. No laptops for the first 20 minutes. We'll both get a London fog, sit by the window, and just exist.
A total versus mode ceasefire. I love it. I've definitely powered through enough work today to earn a break.
Deal. Let's pack it up. I've got enough calm focus left to get me home through the traffic, and that's about it.
Same here. I'm ready to trade this tablet for a book and a blanket. See you tomorrow, Jack.
Tomorrow, Chloe. Team Tea Latte starts then. Key phrase, to meet halfway. That means to reach an agreement by making concessions or to compromise. An example is, Jack and Chloe decide to meet halfway by trying a drink that combines elements of both coffee and tea.
So, what about you?
Do you prefer coffee?
Or tea?
Do you want energy?
Or calm focus?
Tell us in the comments.
Thank you for listening to Versus Mode on English Channel. See you next time.